Okay, so part 2, we ran out of time. I've just closed this up, and now what we need to do is make sure that that seam is really well connected, and so we're going to go over this multiple times and I'm going to show you some different things. So the first thing, after I had that put together with my hand, is I'm just going to strengthen that connection by using my sponge and just running the sponge back and forth over that area. Make sure you don't have things too wet enough so that things glide along it. We don't want a bunch of extra moisture. The next thing I'm going to use is a rib tool of sorts. Now, you could use a wooden one, technically, but because this is a curved form, I'm going to use one of these. So there's one of these that's green, and that's like a hard plastic. We've got blue rib tools back there, but they all have a little flex to them. This is a steel scraper. Notice it doesn't have the teeth on this edge though. Okay, we have steel scrapers that are more like just steel rib tools instead, so grab that one. Keeping my left hand on the inside. See how I'm flexing this a little bit as I go over it. Clean this off occasionally because I've got a bunch of extra stuff coming, scraping off. Now, if you don't flex it at all, you're going to get these ridges on it. So you want to just take it over at a nice 45-degree angle and flex it as you go over it. So the point of this is not to press too hard, but just to cement that connection there. I'm going to take my sponge, go here, remove extra water. And also what I'm going to do, I'll show you, I'll pick this up. If you look on the inside, you can see how that's kind of straight down into the bat. I need to work on that curve a little bit, and so I'm going to use a rib tool for that, something that has an edge on it, like this guy. I'm going to hold that in there and just kind of cut that in just a bit. So I'm removing clay. I'm not pushing the form around any. I'm scraping clay off of it. And again, that will help set up shop for a better trim day for you, removing some of that extra clay. And also it will help the bottom of this dry more evenly and more timely too. So now I'm going to take my wire cutters and remove this from the bat because I'm done for now. In part 2 of this, or excuse me, this is part 2. Part 3 of it, I will talk to you guys about how to trim this form and what we can do to set it on the wheel head. There, so I've pulled that off. I've got this, and now I leave it dry. You want to make sure you catch it before it gets too dry though, because we've essentially created one giant air pocket. And so eventually, before it really dries up, we'll need to put a little air hole or a pinhole in it if that's not already in your plan for the project and how it looks.